Choreographer Sela Vai. I am a Tongan-Australian woman, a creative director and a community cultivator.
Thank you for your energy. Welcome to Human.
Human was birthed from a place for me where I felt in the industry like a little bit of an outsider. I didn't fit the typical mold at the time of a working dancer. The body type, the look, the style of dance even. And so I wanted to create a space that paved new paths for not only how we can develop as professionals with a wider scope of what we're casting in the dance industry, but also the process of how we become professionals. Culturally, as a Tongan person, you know, how we hold ourselves in a space is very different to, I would say, the typical Western standard of professionalism.
Yes.
Islanders, we love to laugh, we love to make jokes, and we love to, you know, carry on, and we love to also make food for each other. And so all of those things I feel like were missing in my professional space. And so I wanted to bring that feeling of being seen into what I would hope would be there for the next generation. We don't all separate at lunchtime. We bring food for lunch, like, hey, I brought boil up, hey, I brought this, hey, I made this at home. That actually allows us more to bring our best. And so human in the dance industry, I feel like, is the mark I want to leave. I grew up in Western Sydney. I actually started with a hip-hop crew when I was 15, literally dancing out front of Liverpool Library, where we used the reflections and had to not step too close, otherwise the doors would open and close on us. That, I feel like, was such a different approach compared to other institutions.
What was that like for you growing up in the craft and sort of developing as a creative, but then also developing as a woman in this space too?
I would say that one of the biggest gifts that movement has given me is it's given me a space to understand my relationship to my body. As a group, we were all Pacifica queer people, and so spending most of my teenagehood amongst those people constantly, where I always felt safe in my body, I always felt safe to feel liberated and proud of my body, a Tongan body at that, where my features were really celebrated and spoken about in a high regard. As I got older, I started creating my own short films with, you know, very DIY, very much just to share on Facebook. And from there, that helped me practice choreographing for music videos, which I started doing from a young age. A highlight of my career so far was working with Tones and I as her creative director.
You picked up an aria.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a little bonus.
Yeah, it's a little bonus. It really was a bonus.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like so many people say at award ceremonies, but you really don't expect to win.
Totally.
Like, I was just happy to be here.
Aria Award winner, Sela Vai.
Have there been any significant challenges that you've faced as a Tongan-Australian woman in the industry?
The benefits of what I feel like I'm planting, and so many people in our generation are planting, those seeds will be sown and we might not see what they grow into. And that is a beautiful thing, but it's a hard thing because sometimes change can come along slowly. Sometimes the things you put out there, the way that I facilitate and decolonize spaces can be looked at sideways, but I've had so many glimmers of hope that have kept me going, and I guess that's why we're all still here. Because it's definitely not for the money.
Absolutely.
Cut that out of the interview, but
more money. Man. And finally, Sela, like, I mean, we all know that the arts industry is historically a hard one to crack. If you had any advice for any aspiring artists, whether they be dancers or choreographers themselves, or even just the young Tongan-Australian girls in Western Sydney who feel that in their bodies and who want to aspire to be in this space, what would that advice be?
It is a bit of a struggle in different ways, financially for people from Western Sydney, geographically, socioeconomically, but I think that what has kept me not only thriving in my career but also personally enjoying it is my devotion to my craft and my devotion to my values, which are community, culture, decolonising these spaces and planting those seeds.
Thank you. Thank you so much.